Good evening, guys. Welcome. Sorry I'm a little late, guys. Dealing with some technical difficulties over here, kind of driving me up a wall. Doing our best. Gonna continue to do our best, so thank you to everybody out there for all the support. Thinking it's Wisdom Wednesday. I did work on that Calvin Johnson short throughout the day, but it being Wisdom Wednesday, figured it'd be a good time to work on a list, the top 10 wisest sports minds. We'll get our scripted part out of the way, guys. Hope everybody had a great day. It's Wednesday evening, November 19th, 2025. So thank you for being here, guys. Like I said, I hope everybody had a great day. Good evening, Elena. Thanks for being our first guest, long-form guest. Dan also made an appearance. We got 2 guests today, so big day. Big day. Thanks for being here tonight. Dealing with some technical difficulties, like I said, driving me up a wall, but good evening, Dan. I figured I was always a pleasure, you guys. Thank you so much for being the first guest. That was so fun. I think we're definitely going to do guests in the future, maybe not tonight, and we'll probably do it maybe in some type of scheduled way, at least at first, until we can figure out how we can handle call-ins and stuff. Yeah, Dan, that was awesome that you called in. That was great. I mean, that's like a milestone for us, so that was huge. And we're gonna keep doing more of that in the future. That's all. Yeah, exactly. I mean, and that's cool. That's cool. We're gonna keep doing more fun things like that. So that was a lot of fun. We're going to keep doing that. Maybe not tonight. Like I said, maybe take it easy tonight. I did work on the... But thank you guys for calling in. I mean, I do appreciate that. We got a live unboxing. I figured B-Wall, we're going to wait. Dan, the designer, the OG designer, and creative designer, and B-Wall will call the engineer that we have of a live unboxing. Huge learning experience, so thank you guys for being here. I was working on that Calvin Johnson short. I'm thinking I'm going to post it. We're going to post it tomorrow because, hey, give our Walter Payton short one more day. It actually started getting more views recently. So, it's got really good metrics. We'll give it a shot. I'm thinking we'll post Calvin Johnson tomorrow. I don't know if we'll end up working on it live on stream tonight, but I think it turned out okay. We'll see. I like it. So, thanks for being here, guys. Hope you guys had a good day. I was thinking top 10 wisest sports minds for a nice Wisdom Wednesday list because... One, it's our inaugural Wisdom Wednesday. We haven't done a Wisdom Wednesday yet. We've done previews. We could keep doing previews too if we want. We could write a preview script. Because like I said, I did discover the NFL releases like their own version of the previews, which I can kind of use to make our version. Anyway, guys, here it's like 4 minutes in. I haven't done the scripted part yet, so... Gonna drink a little bit of coffee tonight, maybe just a cup, just to keep us going. Think we are gonna maybe move the night stream maybe a little bit later. Seemed like there was a big jump in viewers around, I don't know, 9 o'clock. Also got a comment from JK. He's looking for a later stream, so we'll see. Probably later. I mean, like I said, I haven't announced anything about our streaming schedule next week. I will be live at least 1 or 2 days next week, maybe 3, who knows. I'm going to be live at least sometimes next week. I haven't decided myself yet, but probably not the full 2-a-day schedule that we've been doing. So stay tuned for that, but at least for the rest of this week, I'll be live. Here we are live now. Wednesday evening. We'll be live again tomorrow morning, evening, Friday. Somewhere between 11 and 12. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's like it's somewhere in there. It's somewhere in there. So anything going on in the sports world or world at large we got to talk about tonight, guys? I haven't even really looked. Somebody Richard 7930, and I'm telling you guys, this is why we're going to wait till tomorrow. I have a feeling they're going to revive the Walter Payton short. We just got another comment on it 2 minutes ago. Not many men. Richard 7930. Oh. Not PM? I thought you meant you like wanted me to go live like 11 or 12 times next week. I'm like, maybe. Maybe. We'll see if I got the energy for that, but yeah. No. Some Richard 7930 just commented on the Walter Payton Warrior of the Windy City video. He said, "Not many men like this anymore to look up to. Not to idolize, but to see an example of a strong, God-fearing black man. Men you could look up to with respect. Men that could back up every word they said. Tear, R.I.P. my fathers." Wow. I mean, that's really strong. That's a really strong statement, and I really thank Richard for sharing that. And that's really like, we had a lot of fun last night. It's interesting, like we've both covered like the worst moments. Some of the worst moments, some of the most controversial moments in sports, but also we've tried to do some of the most inspiring. And Walter Payton is inspiring, especially like one, what he did on the field, two, how he carried himself as a man, as Richard just said. So, oh, I love that. Dan, that's a great segment. Yes. Okay, I did not put that together. But yes, I love that idea, dude. That would be a great recurring segment. I'd be totally down. We hit the hardest hitting chords, and that's a good point, Dan. That's a good line. Like we could put that. I mean, it doesn't really go with this topic, but it is like it's what we do, hitting the hardest chords. Maybe a little dissonant sometimes melodic, but always the hardest. I love it. That's so good. It's a great tagline too, and it's the Metallica of sports coverage. And it's very true. It's very true. Because it's like our impact effects. Like, we're literally hitting the hardest. Like, it's very true on a whole bunch of levels. And it's like mixing the medias like we've been doing, which is great. That's a good evening, Clark. Thanks for being here. How was your day? Clarks, did you enjoy our first ever live guest on stream? Live guests? We're going to have a recurring segment, Who Let the Dogs Out? Dude, we got to play the song, too. Oh, my God. That's going to be amazing. Because that's like our era, too, Who Let the Dogs Out? Oh, my God. Exactly. Like, our audience does trend. I'm just cracking up because like I was thinking about Who Let the Dogs Out, but then I stopped. Then I like it took me a couple minutes to start thinking about the song. Like it took me several minutes to get there, Dan. I didn't even get what you were saying at first, and then and then you're like, "Oh, Who Let the Dogs Out?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's a great segment." Oh, be well. All right, time for the unboxing. Thanks for being here, Brian. I was waiting for you. Shout out Dan, the creative designer, Brian, the engineer, and production manager. We're going to do a live unboxing. What's in the box? Should we maybe get another? Should we maybe get a couple like? I'm gonna put a couple names down on this list right away before we. I'm gonna say Yogi Berra and Satchel Paige, just to get a start, just for a start. Shout out Dan. This is from Hand Drawn through Brian's 21st Century Engineering production and purchase. Thank you so much. Live unboxing. I gotta be careful because I gotta like slice it not in a. Also, shout out Brian. You know what this is. All right. We like it. Love it. I'm also wearing the shirt. Blue. Look out. Look out for all the compliments that are going to be coming our way. Love it. I am wearing the shirt. It's a little cold in here, you guys know. Love it. Do we like? I like it. I like it. Maybe not finished. Maybe finished. Who knows? But we love it. So thanks, guys. Make it more, and we'll start getting more of these when we. Dude, Dan. Yeah, we did have our first. I don't know. It was a little too small on the first. There we go. Watch out for all the. No, it's funny. Watch out for. There we go, guys. We'll make it bigger. Maybe we'll just put the hat on the screen for a second. Only the hat. No, it's all good. It's all good. There's the hat. Former squad. It does look cool. It's a very cool design, guys. We've been toying with a whole bunch of. I mean, it's indicative of the whole project that we've been doing. You know, toying with a whole bunch of ideas about time, globalness, the craft. You know, I don't know about global. You know, you guys get it. Universal ideas. We got the crown on top. We're calling ourselves the king of sports media. That's what we've been becoming. So look out. We're about to have a whole bunch of people in here like talking about the color of the hat, though. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I love the ideas, Dan. They're so creative. They're so creative. B-Wall, Brian making them happen. And here I am just opening a box. So thank you guys. And I am wearing the shirt. We love the hourglass, too. I love the hourglass. Hourglass with the crown. Time, royalty, international. It's all of it. All summed up in an image. And I even forgot. Brian sent me the design, but I forgot it has the name on it, too. So we got our name on it, too. And FS. So it's pretty much perfect. So we'll see where we go from here, guys. But definitely big milestone moments. Big milestone moments. So thank you guys. Thank you, Dan, Brian, Elena, Clarks, everybody. You guys know. It's all love up in here. It's a love fest. So thank you guys. Yeah, I do like the logo. I love the logo. And I like how it's circular with the crown. Like, that's cool. And I like that it says former squad, too, on the hat. I might have to make it a little bit. It's a little tight. Everybody love everybody. Who? That's a sports thing, isn't it, Dan? Isn't that a sports thing, too? Guys, we'll keep getting our scripted part out of the way. Thanks for being here. What do we think? What do we think about the time, guys? In terms of the evening stream, do we like the time? Push it a little later. You can see what else is going on in the world of sport. Yeah, we might. I think after I'm gonna keep doing throughout for this week. We'll do 9:30, 7. Thanks guys for being here. 7 o'clock start. But hey, we're here. But yeah, we're thinking 8 to 10 maybe. Elena, I think it's a good call. It's a team effort, and that's what we're doing here, guys. A team effort together. We showed that with the guests today. We're going to have more guests. We're going to have a new... I'm hyped for the Who Let the Dogs Out segment. It took me like 10 minutes to process the geniusness of that segment, Dan. But I would love to... That's such a great segment. And then, like, it's just so great. It's perfect. It's perfect because then you can come in hot, like, talking about whatever you want to talk about. It's great. After we play the Baja Men, and I'm telling you guys, I remember talk about top 10 one-hit wonders. That might be another top 10 list we could do. It's true. That's fine with. We're fine with that. Bring him in. Brian, Brian could do a Who. I don't know. Is that Dan? Is that your exclusive segment, or could Brian do the Who Let the Dogs Out segment too? Although he might do it in the afternoon. He might have the evening session. You got the morning one. Because the Baja Men, I was a pretty big fan of the Baja Men, relatively. Guys, I gotta also respond to that comment. So don't let me forget to respond to that comment, because that's like what we're trying to do. Spread love, positivity. Walter Payton, man of the year every year. Like, Cats kind of rule this stream. That's why it's like we call the Who Let the Dogs, I mean like this, HQ. But the Who Let the Dogs Out segment is like a call-in segment, which I love. So yeah, and that's just a genius segment, and perfectly on brand, because it's like the perfect era for us. Like I don't know when I was like 99 or something like that when that song was popping. We've got so far Geese. We got Geese talked about in our stream. We got Geese fan. We got dogs, cats, geese. Probably horses eventually. We'll see what else is coming. But a lot of momentum, guys. You guys are the best. Thanks for being here. Thanks for having these awesome. Thanks for helping me with this awesome momentum. I really appreciate it. And we're going to keep going. 7 o'clock start time. Be damned. We're going to do our best. We're going to keep doing our best. And it's a great stream so far tonight. So, yeah, Mal. We'll do Mal, and we have been hurt. The end ain't coming anytime soon. Exactly, Elena. We've been hurting in that demographic, Brian, ever since we haven't released another Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce short since the whole engagement news, which is fine. I'm totally fine with that. And we do love Jalen Hurts. I can't believe I didn't put him. He will go, if I ever make that football top 10 athletes with heart, he's going on the list. Probably number 1. Game over? I don't think so. I don't think it. Yeah, that's why I didn't get that, because it was he didn't. It wasn't it wasn't game over. I don't think so. It was like jobs. He's like job finished. Job finished. I don't think so. But that is a good props to Clarks for tossing out the Kobe reference and Brian for deciphering it for me. So props, guys. Thank you guys for all the help and support. If anybody wants to toss out any top 10 wisest sports minds, I've got Yogi Berra and Satchel Paige on the list. Anybody? And then what was the other top 10 I was thinking about? I don't know. I was thinking about another top 10. Federer? Chuck, John McEnroe? I like that. Chuck. Well, I got to put Charles Barkley for Voldemort's purposes. It's like a summoning spell. Right now, guys, we're casting summoning spells up in the ether for Voldemort. Oh, that Dan, we're gonna make that one. That one's coming. That might be our first hockey short, actually. There's a good chance that's our first hockey video. Pretty good. Would you be okay with that, Dan, if that's our first hockey video? I'm okay with Federer, Elena. I'm okay with putting him on that list. John Wooden. What a contribution, Dan Flynn. Thanks for joining, man. That's why we need you here. Dan Flynn, we had somebody up in here from I wrote John Flynn. Wow. John Flynn just summoned my great grandfather. Good evening, Juliet and Frank. Thanks for being here. John Wooden. Okay. I wrote John Flynn. Wow. What's going on? I guess my mind was on Dan Flynn. Casting summoning spells in the algo, guys. Hopefully our stream picks up. Pete Maravich, really? You think he deserves? He deserves mention on this list? Brian, that was the idea, was it not? Dean Smith, great one. Pete Maravich? We were doing a list on... We were doing a list on athletes with heart yesterday. Exactly, Brian. We're trying to break the algo. I'm sorry, break Voldemort. We're casting spells up in the air right now. Dungeons and Dragons. Dan Flynn, I wanted to let you know somebody was up in here. Bill Russell is a good one. Somebody was up in here telling us that we got to make an Art Schlichter video. And I was like, where have I heard that name? I just heard that name. And we were thinking we were going to call it Odds on That, question mark, exclamation point, question mark, something like that. Bill Russell, I like that. We'll put him on the list. This is a lot of basketball, guys. I mean, does Lombardi deserve a spot on this list? We got Yogi Berra, Satchel Paige, 2 baseball, Federer, tennis, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 basketball. I'm not thinking every one of those guys is going to be able to make the list. Bobby Beathard? What about Bobby Beathard? Does he have a... What nuggets of wisdom does Bobby Beathard have? I will say Howie more diverse. That's what we need. Exactly, Dan. I'm saying that we got to pick between John Wooden and Dean Smith. We got to pick between Pete Maravich and Bill Russell. Joe Gibbs. Joe Gibbs. I mean, maybe Dick Vermeil. I might put Dick Vermeil up there. Not trying to trigger anybody. Maybe Joe Gibbs. Top 10 wisest minds. Now Joe Gibbs, he did go and do his whole Les Miles. Joe Gibbs did go and do his whole NASCAR thing. Crybaby Vermeil. Maybe. We got Roger Federer on this list. Maybe that's a theme of this list is crybabies. Nobody's arguing with, like, who are the guys we can't take out are Yogi, Satchel, Chuck, Charles Barkley. I don't know. Who else are we putting on this list, guys? Any players? Kobe Bryant? Mamba had some moments of wisdom. And then it's more basketball, though. It's more basketball. Top 10 crybabies? Yeah, Cristiano would be on that list. Maybe. Yeah, probably. Crybaby Vermeil, all time. Not for this list, says Frank. I can't put both Bobby Beathard and Joe Gibbs on this list. That would be a little bit biased. Frank and Dan Flynn did meet Bobby Beathard. Frank, Dan, Elena, and Ralph. Who? Elena and Dan were the inaugural guests on our stream today. So in the future, guys, we're gonna have call-in. So if you guys if anybody wants to plan a segment where they call in and we, have a conversation, talk about whatever, we'll be doing that in the future going forward. So inaugural guest today, big stuff happening, guys. We had our most viewed crybaby any NBA player in the last 30 years. Yeah, and who knows? We might even have the three Flynn brothers up in here together. I might have to play my role as moderator and host. Do my best, but we'll see. But also, we're rocking our former squad hat, first ever hat we've got. We've got a shirt on too, but it's a little cold in here. You know me, I got my little tin foil. I got the windows open for the Wi-Fi, but it's all good. Okay. He is in Canton, right next to Joe Gibbs. Beathard picked players for Super Bowl teams: KC Chiefs, Miami Dolphins, Washington Redskins, San Diego Chargers. He is in Canton right next to Joe Gibbs. I hear you. Is he deserving over any other is he deserving over Vince Lombardi? Is Bobby Beathard considered more wise than Vince Lombardi? Brian. We'll get him. We'll get them all. Dan Flynn, do we like this merch? We're going to start printing more. We're going to figure that out, Dan Flynn. I'll send you a text. But it's good that thank you for the interest. This is our first hat. We've got our first shirt out. I might as well do a shirt reveal. TBD on the release date. Maybe we'll do like a Christmas time drop. That makes sense, right? Might do a Christmas time drop. Thanks for asking for the merch. For that reason, Bobby Beathard is going on this list. Thanks for all the support, guys. This is the first cut. This is a rough draft. This is one of one. This is actually one of one. Shout out Daniel Chakowski, the OG designer, the designer of this, and then Brian, the engineer and production, charge of production. Like I said, all I did was open the box. All I did was open the box and put the hat on. Jack, welcome, man. How are you doing? Jack, how was your day? Good to have you here. We're going to push that product. You know it, Dan. Gene Mauch, not Ralph Hauk. Gene Mauch. Good, good. Well, thanks for being here, Jack. Wielding your mod status. Don't mute your father or uncles just for fun. No, I'm just kidding, guys. Guys, thanks for being here. We're working on a top 10. The double switch. Wow, talk about things that don't exist anymore. It's the double switch. The double switch was a substitution in baseball, Elena. All right, you have full permission to do that, Jack. Full permission. The double switch, they don't have as much anymore. I mean, maybe they still pull double switches, but you don't need it as much with the pitcher now not hitting. The pitcher doesn't hit, so that's when you would pull a double switch. I'm trying to come up with an example. Basically, you would replace a pitcher would take the place of a player, and you'd leave the player in who pinch hit to play a position. Is that a decent explanation of it? It's not really a great explanation of it. I'm gonna pull up a. Uh-oh. Okay, great. Thanks, Frank, for sharing that. I didn't even notice. I know you were locked in on that series. In baseball, a double switch is a type of player substitution, usually performed by a team while playing defense, used to make a pitching substitution while simultaneously placing the incoming pitcher in a more favorable spot than was occupied by the outgoing pitcher. But with the National League having utilized the designated hitter since 2022, pitchers no longer take a spot in the batting order, rendering the double switch virtually unneeded. But as Frank just pointed out, it was used in Game 6 of the World Series this year. So not completely dead. Not completely dead. Do we think Gene Mauch deserves a spot in this list for inventing the double switch? It's interesting the Dodgers pulled the double switch because they kind of, like I was saying, the Dodgers played a little bit of throwback baseball in that World Series. Like they really pushed their players, Yamamoto in particular, but others as well. They really pushed them, and they kept their starters out there. They did a double switch in Game 6. I mean, so that's a little bit of old school baseball stuff happening from the new school Dodgers. So a little bit interesting stuff. Right now, guys, at least how many is on this list? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we need one more. I was trying to think what are other things like the double switch in sports? This, gone remnants of the game past, like I guess like the enforcers in hockey we were talking about, gone. Double switch, gone. What else? So That was for old timers. I'm trying to think who else I would put on this list. Howie Roseman. Maybe it's a little early for Howie to be on this list. I think when Howie's career is all said and done, he replaces Bobby Beathard on this list. For now, because Bobby Beathard has 3 wide receivers and we got Dan Flynn pushing Murch. Jim Valvano, airball long. Okay, Earl Weaver, was he managing for the Orioles when he did that? Because platooning that's all they do these days. We've got Dean Smith on the list right now. Jim Valvano, airball long. Earl Weaver, that's a good one. Pioneered. Maybe Muhammad Ali should go on this list. I mean, he came up with a whole bunch of quotes. Are they wise? I think so. They're definitely catchy. I like the Earl Weaver. Jim Valvano. Was that his name? Was it Jim Valvano? I'm not questioning. I'm sure it was. I just didn't remember it like that. Yeah, it was. Wow. R.I.P. Jim Valvano. Jimmy V. Of course it was Jimmy V. What am I talking about? Airball long. Jim Valvano. Dean Smith, 4 corners. A lot of college basketball coaches on here. Bobby Knight not making an appearance. Is that a surprise? Coach K, no, not on here. No Roy Williams. Who else? We could make the inverse list would include some college football coaches, most likely. I don't know, Urban Meyer maybe? I don't know, but that's not the list we're making. No disrespect to anybody. Thanks for being here tonight, guys. We're rocking our first ever former squad merch. We got Earl Weaver pioneering platooning. Long before the computer nerd crowd. I like that. Hey, Juliet. Welcome. Do you like our hat, Juliet? We're going to start getting... All right, we'll have our stuff together so our stuff we can have a Christmas time drop. Pre-Christmas. So, love. Let's go. Dean Smith, Earl Weaver. I'm thinking, we'll put Earl Weaver on the list for now. We can go beyond top 10 and then cut down. We can go beyond top 10 and cut down. I'm thinking about sports players offered nuggets of wisdom in their interviews. Well, has he responded to his ultimatum? I heard that Lane Kiffin had an ultimatum to tell Ole Miss that he would either be back or he would be gone. Wasn't it by? I think it's by this week, wasn't it? Does Newt Rockne deserve to be on this list? John Madden? Trying to think of more modern, anybody modern. Do we have it? We don't have any modern player. Marty Four? I don't know about that. I love the suggestion, but I don't know about that. Dan, we're working on our top 10 wisest sports minds list. We're rocking our former squad hat. We're discussing right now our top 10 list, like I said. Elena, perfect. I was literally thinking of him. Thank you for the suggestion. I was literally thinking of him. Tex Schramm revolution. Who? Tex Schramm? Tell us a little bit about Tex Schramm, Frank. And how he revolutionized drafting. Because I haven't heard that. Anthony Munoz was a good suggestion, Elena. Thanks for being here tonight, guys. Hope everybody had a good Wednesday. We haven't started working on our previews. We usually do that on Wednesdays. We'll see if we get to it tonight, but thanks for being here tonight, guys. Right now, our top 10 is currently 11 players long, figures, Mines, Yogi Berra, Satchel Paige, Charles Barkley, Roger Federer, John Wooden, Pete Maravich, Dean Smith, Bill Russell, Bobby Beathard, Earl Weaver, Anthony Munoz. Anthony Munoz. It's all love, guys. It's all love. Wisdom Wednesday. It's trying to glean a little bit of wisdom out of what we've been doing. So, thanks for being here. Elena, shout out Anthony Munoz, who we featured maybe about a month ago now. I'll play that short. It's one of my favorite shorts, one of Elena's favorite shorts. It is a little, it's inspiring, not gonna lie. Guys, we got a great comment. Hope these hats are not worn backwards, Juliet. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, Juliet? What do you mean, Frank? Baker reference? Oh. I didn't even get that. I didn't get that. Way above my head. Way above my head. I'm going to play our Munoz short. What did I call it? What's the name of it? How long ago was that, guys? There is more to life than football. There is more to life than football. Lawrence Taylor? I don't know if he goes on this list. I don't know. I don't hate the suggestion. Here's our Anthony Munoz short. Hopefully you guys can hear it.
And I realize as I look through the scriptures that there is more than playing in the NFL. That I was to present my body as a living sacrifice, and that was my way to worship God.
And that we gotta do that effect more. Now, Anthony Munoz, I think he called Reggie White the best defensive end of all time. Some say Anthony Munoz is the best tackle of all time. I can't really attest to that, but the claim is made. You like that music, Dan? I'll play it one more time. It's one of our favorite. It's just that, Dan, that's like a super popular song. And that's like we go back and forth between doing like super popular songs and doing our own like impact effects, because that song has been used like a billion times. Maybe not a billion, but like over a million. Yeah, we have a whole I'll share the playlist, dude. It's super. We got a super. It's like post funk, they call it, but.
And I realize as I look through the scriptures that there is more than playing in the NFL. That I was to present my body as a living sacrifice, and that was my way to worship God.
So I think it's so wise. I think it's so wise what he said. I think it's so wise what he said there, because it's like he's saying there's more to life than what he's doing, which it's true. There's more to life than whatever you're doing. There is. But he's viewing it as it's like his highest purpose. Does that make sense, guys? On this Wisdom Wednesday? So that's like, you got to do what you're doing. And you got to do it to the best of your abilities. And we all face challenges. We all face challenges. So, Tex Schramm. This is more about Tex Schramm. This is what I've been waiting for. Tex Schramm was GM of Cowboys from 1960 to 1988 for, 28 years? The NFL draft was about 15 rounds then. He would be able to draft 15 out of 50 of his top players because the other teams were slackers. Okay. Shout out Tex Schramm. So, I did not know the Cowboys had a GM around for that long. I think, so you're saying, who deserves to be on our going back to our top 10? Going back to our top 10 wisest sports minds. Dan, I was watching Kevin Mackey videos today. Guy's actually inspirational. And like I'd run through a wall for that guy, dude. I'll go find the video. I'll go find the video. I'm like, he was talking, he's like, we can't beat anybody 5 versus 5. We can beat people 10 versus 5. Like, because he's talking about how, like, I guess they played 10 guys. He's like, we can't beat anybody 5 versus 5. But we have a shot when it's 10 versus 5. I'm like, dude, love that. Love that. So I'll play that. That was Kevin Mack. We'll put Kevin Mackey on the list with maybe an asterisk. 40 minutes of hell. The question is, does Tex Schramm deserve to be on this list before Bobby Beathard? I said by the time all is said and done, Howie Roseman will probably be the lone football GM on this list. But as of now, Pat says no. Pat, do you believe that Bobby Beathard deserves to be on this list? Because there were a little bit, the people who suggested Bobby Beathard for this list are a little biased. Gab? A little biased. There's a little bit of bias out there. A little bit. So. It's not, I mean, I was thinking about putting Newt Rockne on the list. Might as well put the GMs of the Leafs and Habs. It's a good point. It's not a bad point. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. But he did it, as Frank pointed out, Tex Schramm did it until 1988, though. So that's a decent amount of time. That's like 28 years. Now, I get what you're saying. Yeah, maybe not give him credit for like the first 12 of the years. But then you got the merger. Post-merger, do you give him any credit? No credit post-merger? Okay, no credit post-merger then. All right, so we'll leave Bobby Beathard on the list. Okay, then we'll leave Bobby Beathard on the list then. I love the suggestion though. Tex Schramm was a good one. Who deserves to be taken off of this list? I don't know. All right, I got to let a cat inside, guys. I'll be right back. I'm going to play that Anthony Munoz short for you one more time. I'll be right back.
And I realize as I look through the scriptures that there is more than playing in the NFL. That I was to present my body as a living sacrifice, and that was my way to worship God.
All right, guys. Thank you. I'm back. That was sufficient for. There we go. Beathard, a friend of mine, has accomplished more than Tex Schramm. How it was all. It's true. It's true. There are some skeletons in Howie's closet. It's true, but and he navigated. Now, yesterday we were talking about, Pat, I'd like to hear what you have to say, and Dan and Frank, did you guys hear the Derek Gunn report about people in the Eagles organization being, what was the term? Unhappy with the quarterback? I don't know if it was unhappy. I forget what the term. Uncomfortable? What are our takes on the Derek Gunn report that there are members of the Eagles organization who are uncomfortable with the, I'm just saying uncomfortable. I forget the word that was used in the report, but uncomfortable with the quarterback position. And he takes, how many chips has Jefferson won? 0. AJ griping again. SMH. Yeah, AJ is. We'll see. Right now the narrative for the most part is that the Eagles are going to be conservative. Well, good evening, JK. Welcome back. The offense is not good. AJ's right. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of people taking to that argument that that Jalen Hurts is too conservative, that he is scarred. I just don't buy this argument. I do not buy the argument that Jalen Hurts is scarred by the fumble in Super Bowl 57. I just don't buy it. So if anybody has, I'm not buying that he is then playing more conservatively because he's scarred by that. But like Super Bowl MVP though at the same time. And he could very easily could have been twice. So JK, Dan Flynn was the first guy to suggest to me an Art Schlichter video. So that will be coming eventually. I might need some research out there. I might need to outsource some research on the Art Schlichter. Joe Flacco's still balling out. Guys, I was looking at, I'll bring it up in a second. I was looking at ESPN's Mike Bray. You think Mike Bray deserves a spot on here? JJ Jefferson, I have a hard time. How do you know so much about Notre Dame being from Brazil, man? That's about Mike Bray. Wow. Wow, I was at Pittsburgh when he was the Notre Dame coach, and they were both in the Big East basketball. Great coach. I don't think I ever watched. I never saw Pitt beat Notre Dame live. I don't think. Jim Leland, that's a good one. Our minds went to the same place, JK. Not to glorify the smoking, but our minds did go to the same place there. Kevin Petullo is not smart. Yeah, there's somebody made an Instagram account simply like trashing Kevin Petullo. It's gotten a lot of followers. I don't know enough about it to say whether or not he's smart or not, but I would say that my point is simply that Jalen Hurts is not scarred by that 22 interception, that he might be playing a bit of a game manager role. We're going to put Jim Leland on this list, by the way. I like it. More Jim Leland over Charlie Manuel. Who else? Joe Torre? I don't know about Joe Torre being on the list. No, I'm with you, Pat. I'm not hating. I'm not hating. I'm not concerned. I was gonna say I'm gonna bring up. I was looking at ESPN put out. I guess they do it all the time. I'm with you, dude. I'm with you. But I'm hearing that narrative out there. You know, have you heard that narrative out there? I've heard it. So, trying to shoot it down. Our boy Jalen Hurts. In terms of yesterday, we were making top 10 athletes with might be a Trojan horse. What do you mean? Trojan horse for what? In what way? Yesterday, we were making top 10 athletes with heart. I can't believe I forgot about Jalen Hurts. Like, if I ever make that video, I'll be putting Jalen Hurts quite high up on that list. I hear you. I mean, exactly. And they have a 99, according to this ESPN thing I'm going to pull up eventually, like it's like odds to win the division, odds to make the playoffs. Eagles are like a 99% chance to win the division already. They're one of the least hurt teams. It's honestly crazy. Earl Weaver smoked while on camera. He referred to a reliever, Don Stanhouse, as full pack. Is that because Don Stanhouse would like bring him a pack from the bullpen? What, or was it because what was it about Don Stanhouse that he would refer to Earl Weaver as a full pack? What is I like that nickname though. Yeah, I saw Lane's. They're saying he might be out all season or something like that. I don't know. Don Stanhouse would walk the pit, then get out of the inning. Okay, shout out Don Stanhouse. First Don Stanhouse reference up in here on our stream. Guys, so we're pretty satisfied with this list. Have I ever seen the video from the early 70s asking Terry Bradshaw and Jack Lambert if they think the league... I don't know if I have. If you have it, send it over. I don't know. Offhand, I haven't. I don't know if I've seen that. Maybe it's been a minute. Jack Lambert says he thinks soon the league will have players running around in dresses. That's great. No, I don't think I have seen that. That's hilarious. Top 10 wisest sports minds. So far we got mid-division, and we'll see if the JV offense travels in the playoffs. Got to make plays, not manage the game, and wait for lame tush push, which will be gone next year. Now, it is going to be gone eventually. It is definitely going to be gone eventually. Jack Lambert looked like he was 40 when he was 26. I believe it. Steel curtain. Was Jack Lambert was a part of the Steel Curtain? Guys, JK last night was throwing. What do we know about Bam Harris? I feel like Bam Harris. Pat, do you know anything about Bam Harris, bro? JK enlightened us about Bam Harris yesterday. I had never heard of him. But he's on the backlog now. Might be making a Bam Harris video in the future. Guys, our last video we released was the Walter Payton video. I released that yesterday morning. Think we're going to release a Calvin Johnson video maybe tomorrow. Maybe. Not tonight. We'll release a video tomorrow. I'm not sure if it's going to be Calvin Johnson or maybe I throw together a Bruce Smith video. Shout out all the Hokies in the chat. When we made our Reggie White greatest defensive end of all time video last week, did not get much pushback on that. Pretty much the only pushback on that was people saying LT, who I thought he was a linebacker. That argument went on in the comments. And then Bruce Smith. Now, I'm not saying Bruce Smith is as good as Reggie White. I'm just saying we might make a Bruce Smith video for the Hokies. Plus, Bruce Smith had some great quotes that I found. He's an entertaining guy. So, guys, our top 10 list as of now, we got Yogi Berra, Satchel Paige, Charles Barkley, Roger Federer, John Wooden, Pete Maravich, Dean Smith, Bill Russell, Bobby Beathard, Earl Weaver, Anthony Munoz, and Jim Leland. Now, is there anybody we think we should take off that list? Anybody we should throw on? Let's look at the... It was with Howard Cosell, that interview. Who compares to Howard Cosell these days? Howard Cosell was with ABC, was he not? ABC doesn't cover sports very well anymore, in my opinion. Hot take. Not a hot take at all. Everybody knows my feelings about Disney. Let me think if there's anybody else. I'm trying to think of modern players like Steph Curry. Does he go on this list? Al Michaels. I was thinking Mike Tirico, but I like the Al Michaels comp. It is only 30 MD5 would like you to play it. What? Oh, you want me to... Oh. Michaels was? Or Howard Cosell? Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking about. I mean, we had the Art Schlichter. When Art Schlichter got brought up, it's like, how far have Michaels? Yeah, I do remember him. I always remember him throwing that in there. Berman. Shout out Chris Berman. JK, man. Chris Berman is still doing an amazing job. I don't watch it all the time. For the fastest, the Sunday Countdown and the fastest 3 minutes. I don't watch it all the time, but guy does an amazing job. I've seen it a couple times this year. I'm like, wow, that's honestly impressive. I don't know how old he is. He's been doing it for however many long years, and he's still the best at it. So I can't argue with that. I like that comp. I was because in my youth, I was I don't know, maybe not the biggest Chris Berman fan for whatever reason, but now I'm and kind of same. Yeah, I'm with you guys. Does he go on this list? I feel like analysts and commentators don't deserve a spot on this list, but he might go on a top 10. Howard interview Ali and Frazier prior to their second fight they fought on stage. Okay. Which one was that? Was that short on gambling scandals? We've had one of those. We've had a couple of those. They haven't been our best. But yeah, that's what I was thinking when Art Schleister got brought up. That's what I was thinking about, is how far we've come. Like how far we've come as a society in just like 40 years. Like that's what kind of what, like, we brought up Bam Harris, like Dan Flynn brought up Paul Palmer. Like what these guys were punished for back in the day compared to like what's just going on now on a regular Wednesday night. It's kind of shocking. So that's kind of some of the conversations we're having here. Frank, what would the short on gambling scandals look like? What would it look like? What would grab your attention about a short on gambling? About a video? It doesn't have to be a short. What would grab your attention? What do you want to hear about it? We also, guys, it's like, you know how like the high frequency trading with the stock market and stuff, the same thing's happening with the sports books now. We got prediction markets as well, all across every type of prediction level. It's just interesting what was unspoken and what was acceptable 30, 40 years ago compared to today. So, hey, guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for having these conversations with me. I really appreciate it. You guys are the best. I mean that. Rocking our first ever former squad hat. Shout out Daniel, designer. Brian, producer. Maybe I should have some quotes up in here too. Boomer had Terp QB7 on a personalized license plate. It was stolen about 10 times before he stopped getting one. How did you know that story? How you got that deep cut, Frank? Where's that coming from? Boomer's a shout out Boomer. Chris Berman. Really impressive what he does. Trying to think of other. Does Red Auerbach deserve a spot on this list? Top 10 wisest sports minds from White Sox Sandals. Oh, that's a good one from White's. Yeah, it's really too bad. It's really too bad. Luis Ortiz and Emmanuel Clase, like, it's just really too bad. Blatant point shaving, like boss. I mean, yeah, guys, that might be. That might be a long. That's definitely going to be a video that we do. I'm gonna just write that stuff down. From White Sox scandals, and we got Shoeless Joe Jackson, through Harvey Pennick. Share a little bit about Harvey Pennick, if you would, Pat. I would really appreciate that. Take that aim. All right, guys. Our scripted part's almost done. Thank you for being here tonight, guys. Really appreciate it. Are you saying Harvey Pennick for the list, Pat? What about what's the other golfer's name? Decent amount of golfers could go on here, actually. Okay, all right. I'll find that video. I will. I'll find that video. What is it called? Jack Lambert. Jack Lambert and Terry Bradshaw. All right, I think I found it. What about Mo Norman instead of over versus Harvey Pennick? Who deserves to be on this list more? Anyway, guys, this was requested from Pat and Frank. Oh, geez.
Do you think there should be any rules changes for the safety of the quarterback? Well, it might be a good idea to put dresses on all of them. That might help a little bit.
This is a great...
For a late hit on Brian Sipe, and in my opinion, it wasn't a late hit.
Yo, Pat, this is a good idea for a video, man. We might use that.
Do you think there should be any rules changes for the safety of the quarterback? Well, it might be a good idea to put dresses on all of them.
You know where my mind goes? My sick mind, my sick, twisted mind. I start thinking about, there we got Harvey Pennick's Wikipedia page. Longer version. Terry is more neutral. We got the Tiger for the list? No way. Ain't no way. I mean, I guess I could try to, that could be some rage bait. Put Tiger #1 on the list. Wisest sports minds. Yeah, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I thought about it's like, and then you think like, then you got Caleb Williams out there these days. Arnold Balmer. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good point, Pat. It's like he's not really wise. He's just like, oh, I hit the ball straight every time. I hit the ball straight every time. So you're right. Definitely, I would say not wise, more Rain Man style. I think that's a very apt analogy. It's like, yeah, he doesn't really offer you any useful instruction. Okay, Jack Nicklaus was a good one. Jack Nicklaus is a good one. Greg Norman, a joker. Who's up? Who do we put up there? Jack Nicklaus or Harvey Pennick? Gary Player, Lee Trevino, Ben Hogan. I mean, there's so much wisdom out there in golf. Do we have any ideas, guys, who deserves? I mean, I'm not saying we can't have multiple people on the list. Mickelson, we are big. We don't shy away from the hot takes. We are Phil Mickelson fans at least at Former Squad HQ. Wisdom shouldn't be judged on accomplishments. Good point. Wisdom should be judged by teaching. That's an interesting point. Pennick was a teacher. I mean, I love the suggestion. I do. It's like, I'll put him on. I mean, I'm not guaranteeing that he makes the final cut. Like, I might put him, and does Jack Nicklaus deserve it over Ben Hogan? Who else? I don't even know. I mean, like I said, a lot of wisdom on the golf course. Golf and life and wisdom intertwined, no doubt. Intertwined, no doubt. We got John Daly. Like, we could have a list of the least wise people. That sounds good, man. I'd be down. We could have a list of the least wise people to be champions. John Daly, Tiger Woods. Oh, no disrespect to John Daly or Tiger Woods. I am a big fan of them. But golf life, a lot of lessons out there. That's what we're doing, taking lessons. Wisdom Wednesday, top 10 wisest sports minds. Bobby Beathard, Harvey Pennick. Tiger changed the game when he won the Masters by 10 strokes as a 21-year-old. He changed the game, no doubt. But I don't know if he was freakish. LeBron. No, Pat. The running joke around here is that LeBron is not going to make any of our top 10 lists. That's kind of like a running joke around here. Mickelson belongs on the gambling short. Agreed. Facts? Question mark? I don't know. Like I said, I haven't been following LBJ these days. I think it's a pretty good list. I'm sure we're missing people. What about like Red Auerbach? I said that earlier. Does he deserve to be on the list? I think great call, Frank. Shout out Frank. He said Pete Maravich. I didn't, and that goes to Pat Martin, your point. That wisdom comes from teaching, and that's why it takes me a while to get some things sometimes, guys. I mean, hey, full disclosure, we're doing our best, but got a lot going. Got a lot. Troy Aikman. No, but what I was saying, Frank, is that you suggested Pete Maravich, which is great and then Pat said that wisdom is about teaching. And that's what Pete Maravich did. He taught me how to shoot the basketball. Dribble, pass. Millions of kids, probably. The right way. So, still, Pistol Pete, I can't believe, I haven't put Pistol Pete on that must-make videos list, but he's definitely on there. He might be on there, actually, but I'm not sure. Troy Aikman, are you saying Troy Aikman for Wisest Sports Minds? Could you tell me a little bit about the LeBron book saga? I know he quotes movies he doesn't see. I know that. Is it the same thing with books? Troy Aikman? Are you pitching Troy Aikman for this list? Find it hard to believe. Anyway, guys, I could look up some quotes from these guys just to get up like their best quotes. Figuring what their best quotes are. Well, I know. Yeah, I do know that. I do know. I didn't know about the Malcolm X part of it, but I knew about the Godfather part of it. Yeah, no, I knew what you're talking about. Yogi Bear, it's interesting, guys. It's like, that's why I'd rather have this crowdsourced information than go to Google. Like, I was on Google. Okay, we were talking about Calvin Johnson this morning, working on a Calvin Johnson video. What do you mean? Yeah. We were working on a Calvin Johnson video this morning, and I went to, I didn't realize, it's been 10 years since Calvin Johnson retired, guys. 10 years. Can you believe that? Calvin Johnson last played in 2015. 10 years. So I didn't believe that. I was like, what? He retired at 30. He's now 40. So, anyway, I was doing some reading into Calvin, watching Calvin Johnson videos, reading into Calvin Johnson. Great player, smart guy, took mad notes. And I was trying to... It's got to be Jefferson. I'm going Justin Jefferson on that one, dude. That's pretty quick, Pat. At least from me. Troy is you're pitching Troy for the opposite of wisdom. That makes more sense. Well, I mean, I'm fresh off of watching a whole bunch of Calvin Johnson highlights. I mean, I'm putting Calvin Johnson in there. Jerry Rice is the only wide receiver with more than 18,000 receiving yards, and he's got like 23,000 almost. I like that. I like that. We'll put Larry Bird up in there. Now, that's what all the other YouTubers are making. Pat, is the Justin Jefferson highlights. I haven't been making as many of those. I mean, you know me. I've been doing the nostalgia content for the most part. Not exclusively, but I haven't been watching. I mean, I've seen about 1 billion Justin Jefferson edits. That's like they're all there is. I know he's great. But yeah, No, I'm just saying of those 3. I'm not dismissing him. It's a good, I mean, of those 4, I'm cutting JJ. Who are you cutting? I'm not dismissing him. Okay, that's fine. That's fair. What's your answer? That's fair. I gotta make quick decisions up in here. You know? Keep the convo flowing. Anyway, guys, I asked Google. I was asking Google, who are there any active... Yeah, see, you're with me. We're on the same page here, bro. I asked Google, are there any players active in the NFL who were teammates of Calvin Johnson? And Google's first answer was no. There are not any active players in the NFL that were teammates of Calvin Johnson. And I'm like, Google's just straight up lying to you. I mean, we know that's not new, but like now they're just like not even just lying to you, they're giving you incorrect information over and over again. I mean, so at first they said no. Exactly. I'm like, well, come on, Matt Stafford doesn't exist. Now, there are 2 additional players in addition. Well, I think. I didn't do the full deep dive into see if there's anybody else that Google forgot about. But there are 2 additional players that Google like hates on Matt Stafford for some reason. Google's just they're struggling these days. Not actually. Shout out Voldemort. You guys are the best. Shout out Voldy. You guys are the best. I love Voldemort. God, it just saying that like something's wrong when I say that, but it's true. It's true. Love the journey that I'm on, Voldy. California? Is that what you mean? Bay Area? Okay, yeah. I mean, you're saying Silicon Valley you're saying that's part of the 49ers Rams beef? Niners? Pause. I doubt there are many Niners fans working at Google though. Maybe maybe your tip. Never mind. I'm not gonna hate on the California sports fans. Maybe they're fair weather. I just maybe that could be it. Could be internal. It could be internal. You're saying it's crazy that I won't hate on California sports fans. That's what I think you're saying. It's crazy too. But no, guys, anyway, so they said no. Google said nobody was a teammate of Matt Stafford or a teammate of Calvin Johnson. Forgetting about Matt Stafford, clearly, as Dan pointed out in the chat yesterday, Stafford was drafted in 2006. Calvin Johnson in 2007, something like that. I think that's what Dan said. Maybe it was 2006. No, I love California. No, I never said Google isn't located in Niners territory. I never said that. Anyway, the other 2 players, I could find 2. Is Kyle Van Noy and Darius Slay. Kyle Van Noy and Darius Slay. And then they were telling me Larry Warford. I'm like, no, it's not Larry Warford. And then I'm Googling Larry Warford. He retired in like 2021. I'm like, Google, what's going on here? No, I love Cali. I love California. Love Los Angeles, Bay Area, Yosemite. Got a Yosemite hat. Was wearing that before we got the former squad hat. Guys, top 10 wisest sports minds. I was looking up. That's what I was doing, was looking up some of these. Yogi's got some of these good quotes. Yogi. I said Woody. I don't know. That's what I'm getting them up, Clarks. It ain't over till it's over. When you come to a fork in the road, take it. You can observe a lot just by watching. All right, we should slow down on these. They're like, I guess they could be considered truisms. But guys, honestly, these would be good to incorporate into videos as well. Like some famous quotes like this. Like, it ain't over till it's over. That's what JK, we're on the same wavelength right here, man. It's like, there's just so much to this right now. It ain't over till it's over. And that's what I'm preaching right now, guys. That's the journey I'm on. And I hope to inspire everybody to believe that it ain't over till it's over. And playoffs. That's a good one. That is a good one. But going back to this Wisdom Wednesday, it ain't over till it's over. You got to give it your best shot, basically, is what it's saying. It's like kind of saying the same thing as we played the Roger Federer thing yesterday. You got to focus on the point you're playing. You got to leave. I don't know if it's quite saying the same thing, but I think that's dishonest, Pat. I just found that dishonest. Like, we're trying to build a brand. I'm not trying to make rage bait. If I make rage bait, it's accidental. That's a promise. Voldemort also rewards consistency, though. Consistency and determination. And unflappability. The belief that it ain't over till it's over. That's what Voldemort actually rewards in the end. Because yeah, sure I could go viral making some list that doesn't have, like, starts at 4, then goes to 5, skips 3, 2, back to 3, then doesn't have 1. But that's not the story I'm trying to tell. It's really not. No, exactly. Grind and get that win. Grind and get that win, JK. And that's what I'm doing, and I'm trying to inspire everybody to believe that we can do this. We really can do this. When you come to a fork in the road, take it. Ben Hogan, who said you drive for the show and pop. Was that Ben Hogan, though? I feel like, is that Ben Hogan who said that? I'm not sure. I'm not trying to doubt you, Frank. I'm not. I appreciate the comment. Was it? I'm gonna look it up. Drive for show, putt for dough. Origin. Bobby Locke. At least according to Google. Now, Google could be lying to us right here. Google could be lying to us right here. No, I'm with you. I know. So, it is. It's a good quote, but it's these Yogi Berra quotes. It's like, where did he even come up with this stuff? Who did? Like, that's part of the thing we're looking at. It's like, where the origins of these things, the origins of these sayings, where they come from, where these words come from, what they mean. Nobody goes there anymore. It's too crowded. The future ain't what it used to be. They're just so clever. And that's what we were saying earlier with the future ain't what it used to be. I mean, guys, what do we think about? It's interesting. That's almost a comment on the present, saying baseball literally. But they seem deeper than the. Don't they seem deeper than that, JK? So, Hogan preached about being. Was that, Pat, was your comment in reference to Frank's comment? Frank holding the #1 crown, holding it down. Let's go, Frank. JK says CTE. CTE came up with those. Yogi Berra was a straight Martian. Where was Yogi even from? Brooklyn? New York? Where was he from? St. Louis. "36 years ago today, the Berlin Wall was torn down." Wow. Berra was born in St. Louis in an Italian community. Wow, talk about players with heart. Signed with the Yankees before serving in the Navy as a gunner's mate in the Normandy landings during World War II. So, I guess greatest generation right there. He was a power hitter and strong defensive cat. I mean, that's what I've always been struck by with Yogi Berra is like you hear about his legend. We're going to add Yogi Berra to the backlog too, by the way, guys. Can't believe he's not there already. And I'm always shocked by Yogi Berra's numbers. Guy had 358 home runs and 1,400 RBIs. Marty 3? Was he an athlete, though? Yeah, he was. Marty 3 was the athlete. My bad. I'm sorry. There are 6 of you guys now. There's 6. There's 6. I'm sorry. I thought you were referring to Marty 2 for some reason. That's my bad. That's on me. I know. We'll get him on here. As a guest. That would be dope. Played with Jackie Robinson. I know. Have you read the book? You read the book, old buddy? I don't have the book like Brian has the book. I gotta get it. That's what I'm always struck by is like not only did Yogi Berra come up with all these amazing quotes, but he was one of the best one of the best catchers of all time. No doubt. So, guys, we had a Sixers game that started around 7 o'clock. I wonder how that's going. I'm going to check on that. See how that's going. Rockets up on the Cavs. Sixers down 15 to the Raptors. Is Joel Embiid playing tonight? No, he's not. No Joel Embiid tonight. Tyrese Maxey's playing well, though. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. AAA second base behind Jackie. Cavs score? I got you on a Cavs score. Cavs are down 10 to Houston. Jeez, Houston's come out hot this year. They're 9-3. KD's playing well. He's taking a lot of shots, but Sengun playing well. Your Cavs are coming back, though. They're down 7 now. 72-65. I do like the DeAndre Hunter, having him. I've never heard of this guy, Naquan Tomlin. Is he a rookie? First season? I guess he was around last year, too. Never heard of him. Embiid, yeah. I mean, Embiid, big-time paper tiger. We don't have to get started on that. That's the whole... Who is more unrealized? You say that to his face, right? We talk about careers. Who had... Yeah. I do like Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell's having a really rough game so far. Really rough. 1 for 7. 1 for 7 with 2 turnovers. Welcome back, Brian. Guys, this is a little ridiculous comparison. Who's had a better career? Different sports, different eras. Okay, I'm jealous now. Still rocking the hat forwards. You're welcome, Brian. Who has had a better career, Joel Embiid or Calvin Johnson? We started that conversation this morning. Who would you say, Elena? You've been here this whole time, Elena? Because you don't know how to order there, bro? I would agree with that, JK. I agreed with that. I agree with that, JK. That, as crazy as that sounds, I don't think it's... I mean, you backed me up. It's not crazy. Calvin Johnson has had a better career than Joel Embiid. It's just it's facts to me. Let's go. What's up, guys? We got the whole gang here. Let's go. Thank you guys for being here. You guys are the best. Cavs still down 7. 300. I know. Yogi Berra is not... I mean, not only was Yogi Berra providing legendary quotes and wisdom, CTE inspired or not, but he was one of the best catchers of all time. I mean, who are better catchers than Yogi Berra? Who's a better catcher than Yogi Berra? Carlton Fisk? Question mark. Jorge Posada? Am I neglecting anybody? Hopefully not. Yogi Berra is the GOAT picnic basket snagger. Top 10 catchers of all time. Sixers down 11, maybe slight comeback. Cavs still down 7. What's the Thunder's record this year? Thunder 14-1. Jeez, they might just steamroll everybody this year. Wow. I mean, the Kings are keeping it close right now. Love that. Russell Westbrook against his former squad. Guys, that's kind of the OG inspiration, was this. Mickey Mantle and his off-the-field life is an amazing... Okay, we'll look into it. Johnny Bench. You think 5 years, dude? Well, shout out. This is like the OG inspiration behind former squad was like thinking about guys going up against their former squads. Like in the past, I was working on a database like that would tell me every single time like somebody was playing against a team they used to play for, because I believe that there's added motivation when you're up against your former squad. So love that Russell Westbrook and the Kings are keeping it close against the Thunder. The Thunder are legit. SGA SGA looks the most like Kobe and Michael of any player I've seen, except for arguably Kawhi Leonard at his peak. Is that a crazy thought, guys? I'm saying SGA reminds me of Kobe and Michael more than any other player I've seen since them. I did see just the tail end of Michael Jordan's career, but I did grow up a big Michael Jordan fan. And I don't know how he's doing tonight, but I don't know if that's a controversial take. I'm really not trying to stir controversy. That's my opinion. I think he looks more like Kobe or Michael than any player since other than them. So, I mean, the mods have been instructed to let people say what they want, Brian. It's all good. Thanks for all the contributions tonight, guys. You guys are the best. Yeah, but, I mean, don't the refs might protect him, though? I mean, he gets foul. They call fouls whenever. I mean, how many free throws does he have tonight? Not too many, but I hear you. He doesn't. JK, it's a good point. He doesn't have the same look, build-wise, necessarily as them, but I would just say maybe like gamesmanship / like late game, give me the ball, I'm going to score, like go-to moves. That's what I'm talking about in a way, kind of. Cavs are coming back. They're only down 5. Nearing the end of the third quarter. Donovan Mitchell just playing so bad in this. Makes me think the Cavs might come back and win. See, but Pat, you know that's not even what I think anymore. I mean, yes, that might have happened. It may or may not have happened. See, I don't blame Adam Silver though. You know the times have changed with me on that one though, bro. It may or may not have happened. May or may not. It's a fact. All right. Well, you send me hard hitting. So I'm saying one of the things that we talked about, we might make a video related to that, would be the culture of losing that they inspired. The culture of losing. And I know we disagree on this one, Pat, but I think it's more the culture of losing and how that is a problem. That was the Sixers' problem, was the culture of losing they established. I hear you. It's a good point. It's counterpoint. It's a good counterpoint. Mike Piazza? What do you mean, Mike Piazza, Elena? They turn it on and off in the NBA to promote in-game wagering with higher vig. I love that. That's the real. You're getting the real takes up in this chat right now. I hear you. That's what I was thinking when I was thinking about a response to what you said. It's totally like okay that they do it because they're in OKC, and it's not okay that the Sixers do it because they're in Philadelphia. And is that fair? Maybe it's not fair, but we all know life is not fair. I mean, it's not. It might not be fair. NBA corruption dismissal is crazy. It just is what it is, bro. Sometimes we're playing the game that's in front of us. We call it where the league is so corrupt. It is, but listen, guys, look at the Miami Heat, 8-6. They play the game to, they're they were picked to finish last. Oh, no. Hey, Pat, that was our first video, bro. I mean, I'm saying, I agree with you deep down. You know that. I'm just saying, What? Honestly, I don't know what I'm not justifying anything. I don't even justify. I don't even know. Sixers conspiracy? Well, the Sixers. I mean, you're just. I mean, the Sixers, like I said, established a culture of losing. The Sixers established a culture of losing. Absolutely no magnet, Frank. Let's get some magnet emojis in the chat, Post. Well, JK, we were talking to. I mean, yeah, dude. Can you believe they did that? I really just. I mean, it's just. It's too bad. It's too bad. You can. I do believe the Thunder are going to steamroll probably all the way to the Western Conference Finals / maybe I'm thinking my projection is Thunder Spurs Western Conference Finals. Maybe do we dare say Cavs? Keep JK around? Cavs. Bucks? Who's the standings in the East? Bucks are. I could see the Bucks coming back. Pistons? Ain't no way Pistons. Knicks? No way Knicks. Sixers? No way. Call me crazy. Cavs out first round because of Cleveland. Are we talking about, JK, when you say it was an open secret at the stadium, are you referring to the magnet at the Boston Garden? Is that what you're referring to? A whole lot of topics going on right now, BO. I'll get the list back on screen. I was just Lakers, Pistons. Guys, one of the things I was thinking about, the pitcher Shanks. Oh, that's right. My bad. It was an open secret. My bad. I forgot about that. The pitcher Shanks. Yeah. Oh, jeez. And that's why it's like we're trying. I mean, hopefully sportsmanship makes a comeback. Hopefully. That's not why we don't watch game. At least I don't. That's not why we care about sports, to make money off of a prop bet on whether or not a pitcher throws a ball or strike. Well, it's all entertainment. It's all entertainment. And that's why it's like Cade Cunningham's a baller. So what are anybody else? So you're JK. I tried to give you a shout out, man. Tried to put your Cavs in the Eastern Conference Finals. You wouldn't have it. But $20 is $20. LOL. It's true. It's I guess. Yeah. The pitcher Shanks. Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, hopefully the tide turns. We start seeing less and less of that. We'll see. Some say it's just the tip of the iceberg, though. I mean, who knows how deep that NBA rabbit hole goes with the gambling scandal. Been looking at shoes. No, that's funny. Maybe I haven't even been looking at shoes. Good thing it's not belts. Been looking at shoes. My bad, guys. Good call, Brian. Thanks for being a backseat producer here. We'll get our list back up on screen for a little better than coffins like we had yesterday. Yesterday was coffins. Today it was shoes. Guys, are we missing anybody from... At least that's more normal, guys. Like yesterday, I was getting targeted ads for coffins. Best and worst tanks. Now that'll be controversial. I was thinking most controversial moments in sports, but like that's kind of a rabbit hole. I mean that's more than a top 10 list. And plus I'm thinking about we'll do Wisdom Wednesdays. So short about best and worst tanks. Worst tanks Sixers, best tanks OKC. I'm okay with that. Like I said, I'm not trying to make rage bait. If it ends up happening, it's weird. Have I been saying anything? Have I been talking about shoes? Something that sounds like shoes? When he means tanks, Elena, he's referring to tanking, the process of tanking, like the Sixers. I was getting into a little bit with Pat there. Like he's saying that it's a good point that he's making that the Sixers got punished for their tank by the NBA. Like, okay, good point, Brian. Let me explain what tanking is for those in the chat who don't know tanking. Tanking is intentionally losing for the point of getting a better draft pick, losing on purpose, so that you can position your team for the draft, which is usually the orders of the draft is usually by like worst teams to the best teams. Try to provide a competitive balance. So Frank is saying maybe a good. Well, like the Sixers tanked, it was known as the process, and they were not trying to win for many years. Well, welcome back. You're live now. And the only player left on that team, the Sixers team, from the process. You might become Frank the Tank again? Yeah, so the Sixers tanked. You could say OKC tanked. There have been some. What are some good examples of other tanks? Yo, Chief is back. Welcome, bro. Been a minute. How's life out there in LA? The Sixers are hot garbage for eternity. Well, don't worry, I'm not on the bandwagon yet. Sixers got rewarded last year for being good boys and showing the NBA that tanking doesn't work. What do you mean by that, Pat? No Raul yet. Oh, I'm a Sixers fan. Doesn't mean I'm delusional. Just because I'm a Sixers fan don't mean I'm delusional, bro. Good to have you back, man. Thanks for being here, everybody. A bad tank is a tank without a payoff. Exactly, like the process. The Sixers tank, the narrative around the process is fully flipped. What do you mean? I mean, like what, that it was never worth it? Like I said, I flipped my opinion on the process. I was full pro process. I was one of the OG processors. It's true. B-Wall has been saying it. B-Wall has been saying it. I hear you, Pat. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. You don't hear me saying you're wrong. It was quite fishy how the Sixers got that pick. Quite fishy. I don't think you're off base. Genuinely. Oh, yeah, exactly. Well, bro, that's our first video. Draft is rigged. Yeah, well, sometimes that's our well, thanks for shouting out our first video, bro. Yeah, like now it's like we can't even. Well, well, Paul George is playing as Paul. No, Paul George is not playing tonight though. He's out tonight. My bad, guys. My bad. All right, we'll do a little NBA update. Sixers down 8 with 2 minutes left to play. I hear you, Pat. I hear what you're saying. I'll come up with the response at some point. The logic that guys looking for shoes, clearly. Traded Jimmy and played Toby, but Jimmy didn't want to be here, though. Sixers down 8, 2 minutes left. Cavs down 7, 8 or 9 minutes left. Actually, guys, I kind of like this Raptors team. I'm gonna go ahead and say the Raptors are gonna be in the Eastern Conference Finals. I like this Raptors team. I've always been an RJ Barrett fan. Brandon Ingram fan too. Those guys can score. Scotty Barnes is a great defender. Jakob Poeltl, solid big man. Quickly, good. I'm gonna go ahead and say that the Raptors are gonna. And who knows? Who knows? Maybe the Sixers come back. Yeah, false. The Sixers are coming back. Let's live as I'm talking, guys. My picks. If it's all good, if you want to fade my picks, they have not been exclusively amazing. Yo, all caps is my thing. No, I'm reading what you're saying. I hear you, dude. I hear you. Well, thank you guys for being here. You guys are the best. Toronto might have just hit a 3. Quickly. Emmanuel Quickly. Yeah, I'm liking this. This Raptors team is good, guys. I didn't realize how good their roster was. I really didn't. They might go. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Sometimes we make predictions here on Wednesdays. That'll be one of them. I'm going to call for the Raptors in the. So I said Spurs, Thunder, Raptors, Cavs. Maybe I put that all together on a slip. We'll see. Chief is Boston ride or die, Chief is Boston ride or die despite being all the way out there in LA. He's Boston ride or die. He's maybe living in LA, but he's Boston ride or die. Chief is on record as calling Tom Brady the perfect human. We got the receipts. We could have ruined Tatum's career. Frank, I'm anti-tanking now. No, I'm not just. I'm just anti-tanking. We'll say it. Anti-tank. Now, going back to PG. PG was who the Thunder traded to the Clippers for SGA. So, Elena gave a dirty look at me when she tanked during the softball evaluation. She only cost us a 7-round pick. I know. We're done tanking. We're done establishing a culture of losing. A la Hanky and the Sixers. We're not trying to trigger anybody, but life is not fair. It's too bad they NBA rewarded the Thunder but not the Sixers. I hear you. Well, guys, people in LA have a lot of love for LA. We've had other guys up in this chat. A lot of love for LA. Cavs down 5. Sixers down 9. 33 seconds left. Looking like that one's over. Money is the root of all evil. Well, guys, now it seems like a good time to go back to the Yogi Berra quotes. We'll keep tabs on the Cavs game for our boy JK out in the 216, which did not know that Cleveland and Philly are connected like that. Philly being the 215, Cleveland being the 216. Guys, these are clearly they're trying to sell me some shoes today, which is all good. So thanks for being here tonight, guys. Let's go back to our Yogi Berra quotes. So, it ain't over till it's over. Baseball is 90% mental. The other half is physical. I always thought that record would stand until it was broken. I kind of see what you're saying, JK. Maybe they are a little CTE inspired, but they just hit pretty good. I don't know. Something about them hits nice. Well, thanks for the comments, Frank. I love all the suggestions you've thrown out tonight. Everybody, you guys thrown out great suggestions. Thanks for being here tonight, guys. Well, let's get this list up on the screen instead of Yogi Berra quotes. I guess we'll take the best quotes, and Yogi's has got to be "It ain't over till it's over," and we'll put them on the list next to the quotes. All right, so here's our list that we were working on. Top 10, it's Wisdom Wednesday here. Wisdom Wednesday here, former squad. Thanks for being here, guys. We came up with the top 10 wisest sports minds. The list is not quite done yet. It's not quite done yet. First, we got Yogi Berra, "It ain't over till it's over." Satchel Paige. Got to find a quote from him next. I remember Satchel Paige saying something. Yogi Berra is full of great quotes, Chief. Thanks for being here, man, but he's known for his wisdom. He might be number one. Chief was Robert Parrish from what? Brian says, I think he I was trying to Chief was Robert Parrish from the Great Bird Celtics era. When he got busted carrying weed into Canada, Chief became Reef. Great one, Frank. Elena, you were like an hour behind. How is that even possible? Chief becomes Reef? Or was it the other way? I'm going to get a Satchel Paige quote up in here. Chief became Reef. That's a better one, Frank. That's better than you're trying to reminisce over Elena tanking. Sorry, but that's a better one than trying to reminisce over Reef. Chief Reefer, dude. Chief Reef. No, I can't. No, dude. Brian, what? I remember Satchel Paige has a quote about not eating fried food because it boils the blood. Something like that. Avoid fried meats which angry up the blood. Part of his rules for staying young. Let's see. We'll look at all of Satchel Paige's rules for staying young. Now, interesting, because do we want to stay young? Marty made some great contributions. I don't know if he's still here tonight. I hope he is, but he might not be. He hasn't made a contribution in a while. So I do appreciate all the great convo that we've had. He did make some good contributions tonight. What was I was going to show you guys this. Rules for staying young, which interesting that is attributed to Satchel Paige, because Satchel's number 2. He might even be number 1. Roberto Duran, that's a decent. Multiple people have requested Marty 5 is changing Marty 6 right now, probably. Probably. Guys, if you were not here for the morning stream, we had our first ever guests on, Elena and Dan. Elena and Dan were our first ever guests today. We're going to be doing a segment, probably, Who Let the Dogs Out. If anybody wants to call in when they're letting their dogs out, we're going to have that segment. It's all love up in here. It's all love, dude. Thanks for being here, man. It's all love. Satchel Paige's rules for staying young. I was saying that's kind of like ironic that he's got the rules for staying young. I mean, the guy pitched in the major leagues at 59 years old. Again, guys, I am going to make a Satchel Paige video. I'm thinking once we get like animation or something going, then we can do Satchel Paige. Avoid fried meats which angry up the blood. All right, that's fine. Please no political stuff. Please no political stuff in the chat. That is one thing. We don't talk about politics up in here. Chief's nickname changed after the bust. Satchel Paige, he said, avoid fried foods. Which anger the blood. Charles Barkley said, all these bus riders, they don't mean nothing to me. And guys, I just delivered that with pretty much the exact same intonation that Charles Barkley delivered that with himself. All these bus riders, he goes like, they don't mean nothing to me. I mean, he's got other great quotes, but that's the one we're going to go with for now. So we got Yogi Berra, it ain't over till it's over. Satchel Paige, I mean, guys, if you got a better quote, let me know. Satchel Paige, avoid fried foods which anger the blood. Rules for staying young. Ric Flair for president? What? Ric Flair drip? Guys, done with that. Where the Charles Barkley quote, no matter this, Ray Lewis. I like the quote. Well, I like the quote from Ray Lewis. It's like, he was talking about the podcasters, asking podcasters like me, do you bring life or do you bring death? Ask yourself that. I mean, listen, I take good advice from whatever source I can find it from, be it Ray Lewis or not. But I think that's a good quote. Do you bring or it's a good question to ask yourself. Do you bring life or do you bring death? Especially on this Wisdom Wednesday. Do you bring life or do you bring death? When are we posting Satchel? Elena, I got to do a lot more work on the Satchel video before I post it. Like I said, I was thinking about doing an animated video. Ambitious, I know. Yeah, but Chief's got stuff against Satchel for what? Is that my white guilt? That's why I put Satchel on the list. Just kidding, Chief. But it's proof, bro. I got the receipts, dude. If you think you bring death when you speak, just use scope. That's a good one. That's a good Chief Queef Satchel beef. That's good too, Brian. I'm a Sixers truther. I'm not. I think it was a culture of losing. I'm not even trying to trigger anybody by saying that. I'm not trying to rage bait anybody. It's the truth. Really, I just did it. All these bus riders, they don't mean nothing to me. They don't. They don't mean nothing to me. Roger Federer, what was the quote? He's like, when you're playing a point, it has to be the most important thing in your life. This is more of a paraphrase. It has to be the most important thing in the world. But when it's done, it's done. That's a paraphrasing what we played on screen yesterday. What was John Wooden? Gosh, I'm showing how bad I am of a leader as this. What is John Wooden's famous quote? Doesn't he have I think it was even shared in this chat earlier. All right, we're going to choose this one. We're going to pick this. There are other John Wooden quotes. There are other John Wooden quotes, but I'm picking this one, which is, you guys are planning out a short in there. I love it. Nothing will work unless you do. Guys, you guys see me on my grind. I mean, this is a lot of fun. I love you. I love you guys. I love what I'm doing. But nothing will work unless you do. And that's the truth. And that's the truth. And that's why we're here, guys. I'm not, and it's not a bad, it's like, that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad, Chief, we're done with that conversation, man. Elena, are you signing up for Graveyard? Are you signing up for the Graveyard shift, Elena? Pistol Pete Maravich was, we'll just, again, paraphrasing. There's a little man in your head. Brian knows this. Who hits every shot. And And that is kind of like what the goal is. The goal... Yo. Anyway, P. Maravich says there's a little man in your head who hits every shot. Words to live by. Words to live by, guys. So we got some great quotes so far. Yogi Berra says it ain't over till it's over. Like, you guys are gonna see me go down swinging. Go down swinging. Don't go down looking at a called third strike. Go down swinging at least. Satchel Paige, avoid fried foods which anger the blood. Rules for staying young. Graveyard shift, we'll see when graveyard shifts comes, guys. Like I said, we are going to have some schedule changes likely coming up here. I'll announce everything. What? Yeah, I not really understand. Doing our best here, guys. Like I said, we are gonna probably have some schedule changes announced coming up here soon. But we're going to keep doing, at least through this week, through Friday. We'll stay going live mornings and evenings. Tomorrow morning, I'll be on 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Make each day your masterpiece. Who said that? Is that Wooden or Dean Smith? Which one said that? Frank, great quote, man. Who was the one who said that? Like I said, guys, beyond tomorrow, morning, evening, Friday, we'll do Fun Friday, spin the wheels, Friday evening, and then we'll see about next week. Like I said, I'm going to announce everything. Lena, you gotta take care of yourself. I mean, I don't think of all the slots to fill, we're not rushing to fill the overnight shift, are we? Maybe. Frank, who's the one who said that? Make each day your masterpiece. Great quotes, Chief. Ability is what you're capable of doing. Motivation determines what you do. Lou Holtz. Attitude determines how well you do it. And that's what I'm saying. Your attitude is just so important. It's almost like working backwards, you know? That's a great one, Chief. Now, Lou Holtz is not on this list, but if he were, that's a great quote. I was saying that earlier. It's like you're on the morning stream. It's like your attitude, your mindset affects so much about what you produce, what you're able to do, how you see the world. So try to stay positive. Try to do the best, take the best attitude you can have. Is Lou Holtz still alive? Wow. Shout out Lou Holtz. Guys, JK suggested Kevin Mackey, which I haven't played the Kevin Mackey videos yet. But I didn't know that Kevin Mackey just died, JK, if you're still around. I didn't realize Kevin Mackey just died like a week ago. So RIP Kevin Mackey. I'd never heard of him, but one, I would run through a wall for Kevin Mackey. Talking about how it's not 5-on-5, it's 10 versus 5. The crackhead coach of the first Cinderella. Lou holds his head. See, yeah, Brian's got that. I mean, wow. Yeah. It is a good quote, though. Ability is what you're capable of doing. Motivation determines what you do. Attitude, it's very spot on. So that's why it's important to keep a positive mind. I'm like, I read that quote backwards, dude. I read that quote backwards. I'm like, attitude determines how well you do it. Bring a good attitude. R.I.P. Mackey. I know, man. I didn't even know Mackey. I didn't know he died a week ago. But like I was saying, I was loving the Kevin Mackey videos I was watching. So keep a good attitude. This is good for Wisdom Wednesday here. Keep a good attitude. Stay motivated. And like, ability is God-given. So you'll find what you're able to do. I don't know. That's my take on that quote. Wooden said Wooden said what? Where was your quote? Where was your quote? I lost it, Frank. I lost. It was a good one. Make each day your masterpiece. We'll put that on there too. And I'll put the Lou Holtz quote on there as well. That's a really good quote. Make each day your masterpiece. I mean, each day is a chance, guys. Each day, every day you have a chance and a choice. So make each day your masterpiece on this Wisdom Wednesday. That's what I'm trying. What we're trying to do here, guys. So thanks for being here tonight. Like I said, we had a live unboxing, live on stream. First ever Former Squad hat. If you like the logo, shout out. We're gonna have more merch coming out soon. Stay tuned. Shout out Brian for making it happen. Dan for coming up with the OG design. Everybody for being here. You guys are the best. You know I mean it. Okay, Chief is just... I know. Dan is amazingly artistic, and we're so lucky to be... we're lucky to have this design on this hat. All right, can I copy that? Ability is what I'll put Lou Holtz. I mean, this list is not done. Lou Holtz, ability is what you're capable of doing. Motivation, what determines what you do? Attitude determines how well you do it. And guys, when we're making videos in the future, we can like have these quotes on screen, but like be playing it with something else. If you guys catch my drift, like we could have these quotes playing, or like have these quotes on screen while something plays that is like indicative of these quotes. Attitude determines how well you do it. Harvey Penick, Pat was sharing his Harvey Penick quotes. There might be gone in the chat. Pat, if you're still there, share the best Harvey Penick quote you got. I forget. Swing your swing? It's probably not that. You're live, Brian. You're live, bro. Jim Leland. We're just going to give him credit for ripping cigs in the dugout. Anthony Munoz. And I realized as I looked through the scriptures that there is more to life than playing in the NFL. That I was meant to use my body as a living sacrifice. And that was my way to worship God. That is going to be played right now. There is more to life than football. Second, maybe third time I'm playing this on the stream tonight, guys, but it is one of my favorite. Nope. It is one of my favorite videos that we've made.
And I realize as I look through the scriptures that there is more than playing in the NFL. That I was to present my body as a living sacrifice, and that was my way to worship God.
Such a good video. My gosh. Such a good video, guys. George Allen, former Redskin coach, said the future is now when he turned 4-10 Redskins into Super Bowl runner-ups by trading several years of draft picks to bring Ram players in. Are you saying, does he deserve to be on this wisest persons list for doing that? What's the point of bringing that up? It's a good, I'm interested. That I was to present my body. I was close. I was close on that. That I was to present my body. Earl Weaver? Are there Earl Weaver quotes out there? No. I don't think so, Frank. I don't think so. Good question, though. Michael Penix now out for the year, they're saying probably. All right, is he officially out for the year? They got Kirk Cousins up in there back in Atlanta right now. Drake, man. Listen, Chief. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I have had a couple. I've had a rough. JK, dude, that's funny. I don't know. Did you see that Bill Belichick was at like a cheer? Jordan Hudson's like in an adult co-ed cheerleading league, and that Bill Belichick was at an adult cheerleading competition to watch his Jordan Hudson. So I don't know if that's. I wouldn't call it wisdom, JK. I would call it desperation. No disrespect to Bill Belichick, and I think he's got 6 rings. It's I guess you. Are you counting head coaching rings and defense? I guess he has. I think he has 8 if you count the head coaching plus defensive coordinator. Giants count. Okay, then yeah. But I'm just saying, let's not support our women. That's funny, Chief. That's funny. I was saying I've had a rough couple weeks. I said, guys, I said live maybe 3 weeks ago that I'd rather have Jordan Love going forward than Drake May. It's been a rough couple weeks for that call. But hey, I'll own it. I will say Drake May and the Pats are paper tigers, though. I still believe that. Still believe they're paper tigers, guys. I think the Colts have a better shot than the Pats. Maywall still here. Let's go, Brian. We'll see, dude. I will see how they play against the Bengals this week. I mean, they had a good win against the Bucks. A couple. Bruins at Ducks. I don't know if that was meant to be sent in this chat. Anyway, guys. Yeah, exactly. Up the with the CTE Yogi Berra quotes. I'm like, these are so wise, and then I'm like listening to JK. I'm like, yeah, actually, like they kind of are just like he's just saying things. Future is now. Who said that? Earl Weaver, Bobby Beathard, Bill Russell. Make it a beat. Even one, dude. I'll take one. Why not two? Who needs two? I'll take one. Bruins at Ducks. Is that tonight? JJ McCarthy. Why are we saying why? Are we saying JJ McCarthy's any good? Why are we bringing up JJ? I'm saying I made a gentleman's bet $1 with Chief and Dan that Jordan Love would start a conference championship game before Drake May. Now, it's not looking great. Yeah, Chiefs all over the place, guys. Thanks for being here tonight, guys. You guys are the best. I need a couple more quotes. Harvey Penick quotes. I'm sure there were some shared in this chat earlier, but I just didn't get them down in time. I guess he said never stop learning. Oh, I love this one. Be yourself, play within yourself, play your own game. That's something I've been saying a lot or thinking about a lot recently. Is like, guys, you can't compare yourself to anybody else other than you. You know? Don't judge yourself based on anybody else. Who said this? Harvey Penick. We don't judge yourself based like compared to you. Are you getting, this is another Wisdom Wednesday thing. You know? Be yourself, play within yourself, play your own game. Love that from Harvey Penick. Because it's just true. You can't compare yourself to anybody. Don't compare yourself to others. Be yourself. Play within yourself. Play your own game. People move at their own pace. Don't judge yourself because, somebody's on second base and you're not there yet. Still try to get, we're still all trying to get home. You guys get what I'm saying. Pink Floyd. Like it. Love the Pink Floyd quotes. I'm sorry, I thought this was America. This is America, and that's why we're allowed to say whatever we want in this chat. Why, JK, why'd you bring up... Oh, shoot. Uh-oh, guys, 1 second. George Allen? No, Chief, I'm already going to owe you $1, man. I'm already going to owe you $1 because Drake May's going to start in the... championship game before Jordan Love. I can't be owing you more than $1, dude. I can't be owing Earl Weaver quotes. We're going to look up some Earl Weaver quotes. I like this one. He's got a lot of good quotes. He's got some great quotes. Let me get him up. Not on the shoe. What is it with the shoes tonight? At least it's not belts, dude. Oh, gosh. Dude. Oh, no. Chief and Brian are going at it. Oh, no. Talk about Battle of the Titans. That is a Battle of the Titans right now. Uh-oh. Guys, we got our first former squad hat. Stay tuned. We'll have drops coming up soon. Do the dull things right so the extraordinary things will not be required too often. Love that. And then he says, on my tombstone, just write the sorest loser that ever lived. Love that. You know, guys, if you know me, you know we got a dark sense of humor. That's fine. It's all good. Doesn't mean it's not all love, even though we got like an edge to us. That's like what I was thinking yesterday with all the stories. Like we were adding, like, yeah, maybe it was like a little bit of the dark side, but it's okay. We like the stories with a little edge to them. On my tombstone, just write the sorest loser that ever lived. Goes back to what Harvey Penick was saying. Know yourself. But the quote I'm going to go with is, in baseball, you can't kill the clock. You've got to give the other man his chance. That's why this is the greatest game. Now, actually, I don't know if that's... I'm just saying this. It's not the only sport where you can't kill the clock. There are other sports that you can't kill the clock. I knew we were in for a long season when we lined up for the national anthem on opening day, and one of my players said, every time I hear that song, I have a bad game. That is a great quote. That is funny. Love that. Every time I hear that song. That's funny. That's almost like a Yogi Berra-ism almost, you know? A little bit. Kind of. Yeah, I'm going to put the on my tombstone. Yeah, you're right, Chief. All right, that's a good point. What else we were talking? We were also talking about the double switch. What other things were we talking about? I guess, the intentional ticking up the moments that make up a dull day. Well, hey, guys, now no more dull days for us. All right, you guys are always welcome here. No more dull days here. You know that. But no disrespect to Pink Floyd. I like Pink Floyd. On my tombstone, just write the sorest loser that ever lived. Earl Weaver. Love that. I think we're going to go with that. That Jim Leland quote, unless we find something better. Probably not going to. What do you mean he didn't even quote the point? It's a long song. What do you mean he didn't quote the point? What was JK said? I knew we were in for a long... That is a great quote. If I can find the audio of that quote, I'm going to just leave as he's ripping cigs in the dugout. What is this? I knew we were in for a long season. When every time when we lined up for the national anthem on opening day, And what does he say? And one of my players said, every time I hear that song, I have a bad game. That's hilarious. That's funny. Every time I hear that song, I have a bad game. I love that because it's like like a meta joke too. It's like a meta. He's joking about the game. It's hilarious. That's the song from the song Time. Taking Earl Weaver, you can't expect to beat the best if you can't beat the worst. Well, Chief, that's why I'm not really preaching. I'm not really preaching the message of Pink Floyd and Time right here. I'm not preaching anything, but I'm just not like, I don't love that message. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I'd rather go to our list for inspiration. Like, that's kind of sad. And that's what I like. I mean, you're not going to see me making sad content. I won't. I hear you. I'm just explaining. Like, I'm not going to make sad content. Like, I might make controversial content, but none of it's going to be sad. Earl Weaver, you can't beat the best if you can't beat the worst. I think this quote is better. On my tombstone, just write the source, loser who ever lived. That is a good one, though. You can't... Listen, Chief. Come on, man. Or girl, I don't know what you're... I'm not assuming anything. I'm really not. Bobby Beathard quotes... If that's an awesome quote from Jim Leland. Elena, but the Steve Bartman video wasn't sad. I would say that was more like eerie. Was it not? I thought I'll play our Steve Bartman video, maybe. Cream rises to the top. Well, we do believe that. I don't know if Macho Man Randy Savage deserves a spot on this list, though. Leo DeRoker? Is it? I don't even know how you say that. DeRocher? DeRoker? I don't even know. I don't know who that is. I don't know how you say it. Best video ever. Love that. I don't even know if I've seen that. We'll play. Maybe I'll find that video. If it's the best video ever. Guys, we were playing a... Remind me to... We'll use the Jack Lambert video in the future. What is it called? I'm going to look it up. What's it called? Cream Rises? Randy... Macho... I don't think I've even seen this one. I'm not going to play the whole clip, guys, but we'll play it. I'm getting it up on screen. Give me a second. I'm the cream of the crop. Guys, we do love the phrase cream of the crop. We've used that before. Now, we did make our former squad previews, which we do on Wednesdays sometimes here, but keep playing. That's funny. Alright, guys. I think we might call it here tonight. I had a great time with everybody. Thanks for being here. You guys are the best. We're going to be back on tomorrow. 9:30 a.m. Let's see how long that stream goes. Then we'll be back on 7 o'clock tomorrow. Great stream, guys. You guys are the best. Macho Man giving us a send-off. We'll have call-in soon, guys. We had our first guests on the stream today. We'll have guests in the future. So be in touch. I'll be in touch. You guys know where to find me. I'm thinking we'll do scheduled guests at least at first. No, we know, Chief. We know, Chief. No, it's all love. It's all love up in here. This is like, but it's okay. We can have our takes. We can have our disagreements. But Brian. But I'll be back on tomorrow, guys. Like I said, a lot of stuff coming up. Who knows what's happening? But we'll be back on tomorrow. I just got some weird warning on my screen. Anyway, you guys, I listened to you guys. I just got a warning I never got before. Anyway, we'll stay grinding. Everybody have a great night. Love that from the 216 to 215. Stay grinding. We'll stay grinding. We'll be back on tomorrow. Hope everybody has a great night. Peace out, everybody.